Don't let them confuse the fact that I outwork everybody, and that when the time comes, when the door shuts, when the bell rings, nobody does it better than me. Nobody is more calm than me. I'm able to calm my mind. I swear to God I can go all day long, yeah? All fucking day long I'll go. I never get tired. You're never gonna get me tired, ever.
My mentality was to go out and win at any cost. If you don't want to live that regimented mentality, then you don't need to be alongside of me. Because I'm going to ridicule you until you get on the same level with me. And if you don't get on the same level, then it's going to be hell for you.
I signed that contract, I said to you in that very first interview, I'm not here to make friends. Some people come in and they want to be part of the UFC and they want to be with, they want to get the top nutritionist that's a UFC name, or the top strength and conditioning coach, or the top pad man, or the top team. Or I came in looking to conduct business, not looking to make friends, bringing my team on.
He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game.
I'm going back to win one game. I'm not going there to play two games.
Michael Jordan on a pull. Yes, Jordan for three. And Michael Jordan has tied the game. Jordan hits another three.
Michael had that ability where he was not going to let them lose.
People say a loss can make or break a fighter, but trust me, a win can also make or break a fighter, because they get comfortable with a win. People can get comfortable with a win. And slack off then. Slack off on the training, slack off on the diet. They've won one. They're winners now. That's not me.
So tomorrow, when you start training, train like this, it's your life, not a game. Like this your life. Like this the last opportunity, only opportunity. Give it everything you got. And if you fail, you can at least do what? Come on, you can say what?
I see it. But it made me grow. It made me grow. And I'm glad I didn't put a case on that guy. And I'm glad I got a chance to study him. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And this is one part that I try to tell people and teach them. If you're trying to go to that uncommon, amongst the uncommon place, it's a lonely motherfucker up there, man. It's lonely.
There's a lot of fabricated teams in the business. A lot of people are in search of the answer. A lot of people are in search of the answer, thinking that their surroundings are not good. But I was never like that. I always believed in where I came from. I always believed in my team, that we were the best, and I was right. People leave their coaches and go to new gyms, and it's a sign of a weak fighter to me.
Talk about what is the meaning of relentlessness to you?
Well, it's to never to be unyielding.
Mm-hmm. Never give an inch to anybody.
Never, like you're always going after it, always going after it, always going after it. And if there's a challenge that ensues, oh, good, I want to see how I stack up to that.
Jacked up. You have nothing left to give, and give more.
That is an interesting thing about the mind, is that you can find inspiration, and when you find inspiration, when you get charged up, all of a sudden you have energy.
That's right.
It's right. It's weird.
And I talk about in the book also, is about, I learned how to control my adrenals. If you know how you get that fight or flight response when you get to move real quick?
Yeah.
I knew that wasn't the best of me. And one day I said, will a real Eric Thomas please stand up? Will a real Eric Thomas please stand up? Stop being this high school dropout. Stop giving up. Stop sleeping on the streets. Stop walking up and down Finkel Avenue like you ain't got nothing, and get your GED. Stop being afraid to take a test. Stop being afraid to go to college because your daddy didn't go and your mama didn't go. Stop being afraid and be the best Eric Thomas you can be.
Gassed.
A lot of times when you're sick, you're able to find something deep down inside that you didn't know was there. And I think it was just one of those games where he wanted to win so badly that, he stayed with it.
Be passionate, be fearless, relentless, resilient, or they just come together all the time?
This funny thing is, like, we created these separate pillars, but the reality is it's all one thing, because it all comes from within. It all comes from within us. We all experience these things at different stages and different points, different times. The key, I feel, is just to be aware of those moments as they occur. Right? You're aware of a certain fear or a certain obstacle or challenge.
You're gonna have to figure out how to pull that energy out of your mind on your own. There's no book you can read that all of a sudden I have it. I've got the technique now. I know how to do it.
Yeah.
No, it's a grind that you have to start and finish on your own.
You have to take great pleasure in the fact that no one wants to be where the fuck you're at right now. Great pleasure in that. And what makes, it has to bring a passion out of you.
There's a purity in that it dissolves social order, all that bullshit, what people think about you goes out the window. It's who are you right now?
That's right.
Who are you right now?
That's a true statement, man. And I look at it as psychological warfare. And that's where I started learning that life is one big psychological warfare that you play on yourself. You play on yourself, man. The most important conversation I ever had is with myself. And the shit I was telling myself was so fucked up.
Oh, I got nothing to do tomorrow. I got nothing to do on Wednesday. That's, to me, is ultimately retirement. That's where I want to be. And if I choose to get involved in things, then hey, I want to go to Charlotte and I want to see what's happening with the team. Or I want to go to Portland and spend a week out in Portland, blah, blah, blah. But not to where, my moment, the moment that I'm living right now, I'm worried about what I have to do tomorrow. And that's where my life was getting.
I've seen a lot of players, especially now, in youth basketball, dealing with that. You have players that are like bigger and faster and stronger, and their coaches are just coaching them for results. We're just going to use your size because you're bigger than every other 12-year-old out there to dominate today. But they're not growing, right? So they're just based on that result, but they're not focused on growing this young child into becoming a better athlete.
You tried. But if you don't go out there and give 120%, you're not a man. A man don't always put forth effort and accomplish his goals. As men, we fail too. We don't always do everything perfect, but if you're a real man, you try. Are you hearing what I'm saying? If you're a real man, you try. I said my biological father wasn't no real man, not because I'm mad at my man, but he wasn't there. When you played football, how many games did I make? When you broke your femur, who was at the hospital?
And it was an emotional thing, but no, I can't put it into words. We blood, sweat, and tears go into this journey, into this chase, and to see everyone else get their credit, the credit they deserve. It's phenomenal.
You have to be obsessive to get to that level in everything you do. Details, don't waste time, do it right, perfection.
Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. It's like whatever you're doing at that moment is what you're doing at that moment. It's like that's where the obsessiveness is having attention to detail for the action that you are performing at the time you're performing. Even in consistent, like what I found is creativity a lot of time comes from structure.
I agree. I'm so glad you said that.
Like when you have those parameters and the structure, then within that you can be creative. But like if you don't have the structure, you're just aimlessly doing stuff. You're just where are you going?